It's the beginning of summer, getting hotter every single day, which means the cool season vegetables are almost done. It's time to switch to warm weather crops. So let me take you on a tour of my vegetable garden and share with you what I have been growing so far and my plans for the upcoming summer. Welcome to Kitchen Garden Therapy. I live in a big city and have a really tiny backyard, so I try to utilize the most of my space. And here by the entrance, I have a narrow place that nothing large would fit, but these containers with my cherry tomatoes are fitting here perfectly. I started these from seed in February, and I can't believe I am seeing the fruit setting already. They got so big in just a few months. I really love cherry tomatoes, so 5 out of 6 are those, and there is one purple bumblebee tomato over here. My lilac just finished blooming, so you can see its blooms all over the place. Right after the lilac bush is one of my grapevines. This one is a dark blue variety. I don't know the name, but it's delicious. Not only the fruits are edible, but the leaves can be used as well to make dolma. Down here is one of many Mibuna plants that I have in my garden. It's a cool season crop. That's why it started blooming as soon as the hot days arrived. And this alien-looking onion is actually an Egyptian walking onion that drops down like this, and over there the new onion will grow. Isn't it amazing how it reproduces itself? And these are my Brussels sprouts. I already see a little babies forming. I do hope they will mature in time before the real heat starts. I planted it in shade on purpose because I know if it will be on the sunny spot, then it will bolt before maturing. And then in the front, serving as the ground cover, are my alpine strawberries. These are wild strawberries. I love them so much. They're much sweeter than the regular strawberries. My lemon balm is spreading like crazy. I planted one 6 years ago, and now it's all over. Same as my sunchokes, also known as Jerusalem artichokes. These are beautiful, tall vegetables that look like sunflowers when they bloom. But the edible part is not seeds like with the sunflowers. It actually the tubers what people eat, and they are delicious. What's great about sunchokes is that you don't have to plant them every year. They are tubers but perennial, so you just have to make sure to leave some behind. And this is my sorrel already blooming. I have to cut the seed stock because I still have some seeds from last year and I don't really need any more. And there is another Brussels sprouts hiding in the shade over there. And this is my walking stick kale. I have a few along this fence. It's supposed to be as tall as the sunchokes. My pawpaw tree seedling is doing good, growing new leaves. And this is my arugula. It was blooming And right now these little cute seed pods have to ripen and dry so I can collect the seeds. In the back by the fence there is another sunchoke and walking stick kale. I have some kale and lettuce growing over here. Also a lot of fennel. I love growing fennel for its delicious seeds. And over here behind the row of garlic is my little peach tree that I have just planted this spring. So as you can see, I like growing perennials in the back, and then in the front I always plant some annuals, like this cute little bell pepper. My yellow raspberries are looking good. They're loaded with tiny fruits. And this is my asparagus growing big because I didn't harvest it when it was just starting out. So that's why it grew as tall as the sour cherry tree. This is the 5-year-old cherry tree, and this year it was blooming for the first time, and there's a few tiny fruits, so I'm hoping to taste it finally this year. And behind my cherry tree is the lovage. It's growing so fast, getting out of control. I think I have to cut it soon. And over here is my miner's lettuce, which is a perennial self-seeder. And as you can see, it is going to seed right now. So I'm happy it's going to spread. In my raised beds, there are still some cool weather vegetables that are currently either blooming or just done with the harvest, so I'm going to be pulling those out, and I already started replacing them with warm weather vegetables like this tomato over here, growing nicely with some carrots. This is my broccoli rabe, which is almost done. I harvested it a lot, so now it only has side shoots. I call this a transition phase between cool and warm weather crops. And on the right, I just planted my eggplant next to this beautiful orac. I love orac. It tastes so similar to spinach, but it's like a spinach crossed with sorrel. It has a hint of sour. And this is my celery, getting bigger. I think I'm going to harvest it soon because I like the young stalks of celery. This butchered thing is another mibuna. As you can see, we have been harvesting it a lot. And my green pea is growing nicely. It has a lot of pods, and we are snacking on it every time we are in the garden. And this is mash, another cool crop vegetable that is going to bolt soon. And the last vegetable on this raised bed is my beautiful cabbage. Looks so cute. Now this is my next raised bed, and it also has green pea, also cabbages. These cabbages I believe is called pixie, and another celery growing really well. It likes the company of cabbage, I guess. And some basil. Also Napa cabbage had bolted. It's currently blooming, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it for the seeds or not. There are some arugula over here hiding under the Napa cabbage, and a row of red romaine lettuce. There's also another orac plant and a ton of spinach. If you remember, I made a video about spinach, so I told you about all of the varieties I am growing. And these are beets. I believe these are red beets because I also have golden in the other bed. I can't wait to harvest them. And my carrots. There is also a nasturtium here in the corner. I love adding flowers into my vegetable beds. As you can see, I have gladiolas here on the edge. This is a dahlia and nasturtiums. And there's also California poppies over here. And they have a lot of buds, so they'll bloom soon. So that was raised bed number 2. Now let's take a look at the third one, which has a ton of blooming radishes, another broccoli rabe, and here is something exciting. My potatoes are starting to bloom. I'm really happy because that means we're going to have young potatoes really soon. This bed is similar to the other 2. It also has beets, celery, cabbage, and mibuna. Now let's take a look at my perennial herb in-ground bed, which has some lavender, oregano, thyme, sage, and this is a red Russian kale that was blooming not so long ago, and you can see seed pods drying up right now. I'm really excited I can collect my own seeds. Oregano is growing really good, getting bigger and bigger. There's some remnants of spinach over here. And here in the corner I have a container with overwintered parsley that is currently blooming. There is more potatoes here growing in the grow bags. And some of them are starting to bloom as well. I believe these are purple potatoes. And this is my Schizandra vining berries. I really hope they will ripen soon. I do want to taste them so bad. This is the first year I'm seeing fruit after 5 years of growing. My currant bushes are also growing great and have a ton of fruit. And my mizuna is blooming right now between 2 rows of garlic. I know it will cross-pollinate with the other brassicas, so I'm not sure if I want to keep the seeds or not. My strawberries had started to ripen in these containers. I guess they're receiving more sunlight than my other strawberries in the ground. But I'm sure in a couple of weeks we'll have a ton of strawberries over here as well. And this is my rhubarb, waiting for the strawberries to ripen so I can make some strawberry rhubarb jam. There were some bare spots, so I put containers with tomatoes and eggplants in between my strawberries. Also, my hanging containers with tomatoes are doing good so far. In my vertical container tower, I have some cherryville growing. It's starting to bloom as well. And this is my passion fruit. I just brought it outside not so long ago and it's already growing new leaves. I keep it indoors the whole winter. And over here I have some more miner's lettuce that is full of seeds. And this is minutina, which is also blooming right now. And this is Japanese parsley called mitsuba, still doing good. I've been using it in my salads and it stays the same, so I guess it can tolerate hot weather. After I harvest this green peas, then I'll plant some tomatoes or peppers in this container. Same with these pots. My spring greens like this wasabi are almost done, and after I harvest all of them, I'll be planting some warm weather crops. So that was my vegetable garden tour. Thank you for watching.